All right, welcome back to our channel. We are Gills on Wheels, and I'm Patty.
Shane?
And we have been full-time in our RV for 5 years. In 2020, we sold our home and all of our belongings, and we hit the road for the last 5 years, traveling around in our RV. We had a large fifth wheel, a truck camper, a small fifth wheel, and then this year, or no, the end of last year, 2025, we bought some property. So we are going to show you around our property. We are not stopping RVing. Don't worry, we're still going to continue to travel, but now we'll have a home base to come back to. So now we're going to show you. All right, so we are in our garage, if you can't tell. We are going to talk about why we bought the property, about the size of the property, some questions that you guys have about the property, and things like that, RVing if we're coming off the road, those kind of things. So, first of all, one of the main questions people have asked us is, how did we find this property? So I found the property by looking on Facebook Marketplace, of all places. I just started looking. I had been looking for, I don't know, about 6 months or so. I think I'd been looking at property and just sending it to Shane. We just wanted something for eventually down the road. And this one happened to come up, and we had looked at a few others as well. But when this one came up, we really liked this property. And Shane can give you a little bit more details about the size of the property and what all is on the property.
Yeah, so actually they sell them by the lots, and there's 2 lots on this place. But they kind of, I guess, came together. You couldn't just buy one, you had to buy both, and it ends up being, I think, 0.62 acres, a little over half an acre. But it already had some structures on it, is what I wanted. It has a big carport over on the other lot. They're connected. I mean, it's not like it's 2 separate lots, but there's a carport already. It fits our RV underneath for some protection in the summer if we're here.
It's actually fit 2 RVs.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
And then it's got a little 12 by 24, was just a deck. We've put a roof on it since. Also, my son is a painter, and he's out here, and he likes to paint over there, so he's got a little 10 by 10, I think it is, maybe a 10 by 12 shed that he's turned into like an art studio. And then after that, it's just the shop. I like it. I can pull my truck all the way in, my dually, so it's got 4 big bay roll-up doors, and I think it's 30 by 30.
I think so. I think that's what it said on the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it already come with all that stuff. So that made it a bonus. I didn't have to buy or build or whatever. So it was already here. So that made it another kind of an easy choice for us. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is the first part of our property here, or I guess the first part. Like I said before, it's in 2 different lots. This is one lot halfway, and then the other lot is down to where the telephone pole is, down on that end. This end has my shop on it. I really like the shop. I can pull my truck in like I was telling you. It's got the big bay doors, and it fits a lot of stuff. Right now it's a little dirty because we're trying to get stuff organized and put up, and but we're going to show you. So it's got 4 of these doors. You can enter any of them, and it's got 2 personnel doors, or you can just use the regular doors if you want. It does get a little warm in here. I don't have the air conditioner just yet, so usually I have these doors open. Good little breeze comes through, and yeah, this is kind of, I guess, my space. I spend the time over here mostly, but yeah, you can see I can put everything in here without a problem. I kind of leave this stuff just slides out of the way. When I drive my truck in, change the oil, whatever I've got to do on the vehicle before we take off for the next place. So yeah, I got my TV, refrigerators, freezer, washer dryer, my little snack cabinet.
First question, is it in an RV community or land you purchased or in an HOA? So the property that we purchased is actually in an HOA. This is an HOA community. There are modular homes, there's regular sticks and bricks homes, there's RVs here, there are trailer houses, manufactured homes. There's a little bit of everything out here, right? Yeah, it's a whole community. There's also a swimming pool, a clubhouse, a hot tub, a playground, basketball court, tennis court, I believe. And then there's also an RV campground here. You can stay at the campground. They have cabins here as well for when our family and stuff come to visit. So yeah, it's got a little bit of everything here. We do have to pay an HOA fee. And also technically we can't live here full time in our RV. So we have to come and go, which we do anyways. We come and go, so it's not a big deal. And our son lives with our other son in San Antonio half the time and out here at our property half the time as well. So that's, we're able to do that. So it's mostly if you're in an RV for, like, if you're here for, say, the winter or something. A lot of, people come from up north and come stay down here on their property in the winter time so they're not freezing. But eventually we will put a house on here so that we can stay here full time all the time. All right, next I'm going to show you around the property a little bit. We're going to go out this back door. This runs into where our son's camper is, where he lives part-time. And while, the reason that he stays here like all the time when we're not here, and he takes care of it while we're not around. So he makes sure that it's secure and mows the grass, takes care of anything issues. In the winter, we had a frozen pipe, he fixed that. So yeah, he's kind of our property manager, work camper whenever we're not here. So let's go back this way. All right, so that's Colby's property. I don't want to be too loud because he might be sleeping because he's young. All right, so after you walk out the back of the garage, you come through here. And then this is this is kind of an overview of the whole property, really, besides the garage that's behind Shane. Over here, this is the shed that Shane was telling you about. That's our son's like art studio. And then you've got, our property goes all the way back to, there's a fence behind here, and we've got all of this, and then the carport is over there. So I'll show you, so come on and I'll show you around. All right, this back here area, this is kind of our own little, we kind of got our own little campground area. We've got this little fire pit. We do have a little bit of work that we need to do to the fire pit area. We've got a couple of hammocks that we've put out. We still need to cut down some of the trees. Some of them need to be cut down, and it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit out here still. There's a lot of limbs and leaves and different things out here right now. Oh, there's some deer out here right now. Hold on, let me show you. See if you can see them. Can you see the deer? Yeah, that's our little friends, our neighborhood friends that come around all the time. All right, now we're gonna show you, this is the deck area. So whenever we bought the property, all it had was this wooden deck at the bottom that somebody put in, whoever had the property before. It's not the best deck, but it's gonna do us for a few more years anyway, because it's not 100% level. But anyway, so we put on this cover right here. This is all metal. It's a metal roof, metal poles, everything. Shane was talking about putting it together earlier, how it was kind of easy. It was pretty easy, but lots of steps and takes a little while to put together. But anyway, so when you come up here, this is what it looks like under here. We've got some lights that I've added. These are curtains that you can open up all the way and give you a little bit more privacy. There's also mosquito netting. I have not put that up yet because it's been windy, rainy, cold now. It was all nice and warm just last week, but now it's all cold and windy and rainy here in Texas. And then this little area, this is our outdoor grill area. We're hoping to eventually put in an outdoor kitchen and a little bar right here set up, and put an outdoor TV up here. That's our long-term goals, or whatever you want to call it, builds. And then this was our little seating area. I think I forgot to show this. This is our little seating area. I bought a little sectional to put out here. And we've got some of these are actually our camping rugs that we had. But yeah, this is all of our property. It goes, like I said, where that fence is the end of our property. That one is someone that's a farmer of some kind, I guess. But you can see in the background, we're in the Texas Hill Country, so there are lots of hills and stuff around us. Okay, so best way to find properties to live in an RV, I guess, would be to Google the area that you're looking at and see if it's legal to live. It's not legal to live in an RV in every single state, I don't think. No. County or whatever, you have to check by your state regulations and the county or city that you're buying property in. Even if you have, like, say you bought 100 acres or whatever, it still may not be legal to live in a RV full time. So you just have to check your local zoning or whatever you want to call it, all that kind of stuff. I don't know much about that. And then we also answered this one, number 4, how did you get water, sewer, and electric out here? It was all already here on our property when we bought it. That was one of the main reasons we bought this property, because we liked that everything was already here. We didn't have to set up all of that stuff. But we did have a local handyman that has come out and added like our hookups for our washer dryer. He's also hooked up Colby, our son's RV hookup on the side as well. So you can hire people to do that. Oh, next question. Where did you purchase the cover for the deck that we just put up? The Shane and my son, it took them about a week, not like total every day, like working all day or whatever. But we got it from modernshade.com, I think is what it's called. I'll put the website down in the description. All right, so this is our shed Shane was talking about. It's actually our son's shed. This is his art studio. Whenever we bought the property, it was kind of a pinkish color. It's kind of ugly, but anyway, so my son came up with the idea to paint it black, and that's kind of how our theme of like black and tan kind of came out. Right here, this is this was just some like leftover scrap wood, and he made it into a little planter for me to go on here, so it's just super cute. It's kind of turned into a cute little area here. All right, next question. Any restrictions by zoning or HOA? Yes, we do have restrictions on this property. There are certain things that, well, we have to get, like anything that we build structure-wise, whatever, we just put up a gate. We had to get that approved. They seem to be very kind of, I don't know, they have approved everything that we put in so far. As we're not like doing anything crazy, we're just doing normal, like put a cover over a deck, put up a gate. We're gonna put up another shed out very back to put like lawnmower, weed eater, all that kind of stuff in, just because we don't want that in here in the garage. Because this is kind of a living space to us as well. Shane is watching golf right now, actually, is on in the background. Him and my sons, last night, we were all sitting here watching the Spurs game together. They watch fighting, MMA stuff all the time in here. And MMA.
UFC.
Or UFC, whatever it's called. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, there are things like we do have to get it approved just like a regular HOA. We wanted something small. We like that it's all in one little community. We can still ride our golf cart around the community. We're actually on a lake. It is dry at the moment, but whenever the lake does come back up, when we finally get rain in Texas and we're not in a drought, there's a boat ramp right down. I mean, we can almost see the boat ramp from the front of our property. It's just down the road, so we would be able to launch a boat, get in the water, the lake, meet up with friends out on the lake, everything. So it's just a great community. Also, we don't mind having an HOA. We've always had an HOA or lived on a military base, so we're kind of used to people telling us what to do on our property. And we're okay with that. We don't mind, as long as, we don't want to add anything crazy anyways. All right, so next, or last, I should say, it is a small property that we have, so it doesn't take a whole lot to show you everything, but this is our RV carport. So this is the cover for our RV. Like I said, you could fit 2 campers under here. It is pretty large, but our whole 33-foot camper is under here. And you could probably put, like I said, a whole nother one on the other side. This keeps the rain off if there's hail. Shane parks his truck under here as well. Our son will if there happens to be bad weather. And also it keeps the sun off in the summertime. It's going to keep us a whole lot cooler inside of our RV. We don't have to worry about that right now though, because it is still a little chilly. But anyways, yeah, so this is our little cover. Last one is, how much time do you plan to spend here at the property? So I think that just depends. Like we'll always come back, for the holidays, to be with because our sons both live here.
We're about the same as always. We usually do a 2, 3, 4 month winter trip, and then do a 4 or 5 month summer trip.
Yeah, we used to always come back to a campground.
Yeah. Just we'll be able to come back here without being in a rush or having to be somewhere. So if somewhere we want to stay for a couple more days, it's no big deal. But yeah, we'll come back here. But this is just kind of our wind down and restock and all stuff like that.
Rest up. Well, it's supposed to be rest up, but right now we are getting it kind of how we want it. Adding things to the property, so it is a little bit of work right now. But like Shane said, yeah, we were coming back here anyways every year to a campground where we were work camping, and we just decided, why not, if we're coming back to the same place all the time, let's just buy our own property so we can come back, eventually rest and kind of chill and hang out with our family, and we don't have to worry about working, while we're here. We can just kind of rest and relax on our own property that we paid for, that eventually we'll put a house on, I don't know, 10 years down the road, whatever it might be. Yeah. you guys so much again for stopping by today to see our little bit of property that we own here in Texas, in the hill country, and we sure appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And just because we've bought some property
Don't mean we won't see you out there.